You'll get shocked by this story of a dog who didn't move away from the dead woman. Why didn't he move? What did the doctor see that made them shocked? Dogs, they're so loyal that they show their true selves. If a dog doesn't like you, you know about it. If it's loyal to you, it'll be loyal forever. However, it's the opposite when it comes to humans. In today's story, we will know why the dog didn't move away from the dead woman and how big the difference between animals and humans can be. Stella was a girl who spent a lot of time in the woods outside her home. She had inherited a big plot of land. On the land, there grew something that many people would compare to gold: truffles. Her family had farmed the product for a long time, and truffles became more popular. Because of it, the family business had grown. Through the years, many asked Stella to sell the land since it would be easy to keep on doing everything on her own. But she always refused. She loved the land and it was her home. For her, it would be like selling a piece of her family and their history. It was unthinkable. Even when her friend Anna, who was her neighbor, begged her to sell, but she still denied. Anna didn't bear a grudge, it seems, and their friendship could remain intact. One day, Stella was walking along the land looking for truffles with her truffle log. She saw something lying in the woods. Stella stopped walking and from a safe distance tried to understand what it was. She couldn't believe it when she knew it was a giant dog and it was injured, badly. Immediately, she ran back home to get some meat and water. She knew that it was going to be a big risk, but anyone that had ever known Stella would know that she would never ignore any animal in need. When she got back, Stella carefully came closer to the dog, and to her surprise, the dog didn't do anything. The pitiful creature didn't move or look up. It was a female dog, and she had no energy left, it seemed. It broke Stella's heart to see such a powerful animal looking so utterly defeated. She spoke to her and showed her the food, but she only sniffed at it. Stella offered her some water, putting her hand gently on her leg. She tried to see the injury. At this, the dog moved away slightly, but she didn't get aggressive. Stella cleaned the wound with some water. Stella spoke to her softly while petting and cleaning her wound. "I'm going to call you Beast and we're going to get you back to full health. Just trust me." Stella cleaned and tended to the wound as best she could, but it was getting dark and she wasn't going to leave an injured animal all alone in the woods. She rushed back home and got a cart that she sometimes used. It had big wheels and could move heavy objects over rough terrain. She took the cart next to Beast, who was still laying in the same spot. Gently, Stella turned her over, sliding her onto the cart. Moving such a big animal over the rough ground of the forest wasn't easy, but Stella was determined to get both of them to safety before nightfall. At home, she took Beast into a small storage shed that was empty. She didn't quite trust a wild giant dog inside the barn with a variety of other animals. She made her a soft bed with hay and gave Beast some more water. This time, when she offered food, the dog ate a large amount. It gave Stella hope that she might make it for weeks. She cared for the injured animal. However, she got an infection in the wound, but there was no vet close enough to come out. Stella treated her with the medicine she had on hand, and eventually the dog made a turn for the better. She was more eager to eat and drink. She was more alert, and her tail even wagged when Stella came into the shed. She loved getting belly rubs and completely trusted Stella. For Stella, it was like having a very large dog that she was taking care of. But when Anna came to visit, her friend was very angry that she'd put herself in such grave danger. Beast didn't like Anna, and she was very scared of Beast in turn. But then again, Anna had never understood Stella's deep love for animals. With Beast healing well, it was soon time to release her back into the wild, but the dog wouldn't go far. Each day she would just appear at Stella's door for a belly rub and some love, and then she'd go back to her pack. At first, Stella was worried about what having a pack of dogs living on her land would mean for her other animals, but she didn't need to. It was as if Beast and her family understood that these animals were precious to Stella and decided to never hurt them. After years passed, the doctors explained that Stella had suddenly gotten a fever one day, and after a few seconds, she passed away. The fever was very contagious, and they needed to bury her right away. Everyone in town came to the funeral, and the coffin was brought to the grave when suddenly Beast ran out and stopped them. She refused to move away from the coffin. Everyone understood that this was a good friend wanting to say goodbye, and the people who were carrying the coffin put the coffin down and allowed her to get close. But then she started scratching at the wood and would growl at anyone getting close until the lid flung open. The older doctor moved closer, frowned and picked Stella up when he looked under her coffin. He called for the police right away. They saw that there were some injuries on Stella's hand which no one noticed. Right after, when police discovered those wounds, the beast ran toward Anna and bit her. The police got suspicious and investigated it. It was Anna who had injected Stella and killed her. Anna did this so that she could take over Stella's land. The police arrested Anna, and later, after the arrest, Stella was buried peacefully. Beast stayed on her grave. Whoever used to visit Stella's grave, they used to see that Beast is lying next to Stella's grave, waiting for her to wake up.